Hey, if you want to strengthen your arms, shoulders, and abs, you have hopped onto the right workout. This spicy yet comprehensive strength workout is going to focus on all of those areas and all while standing. That's right, no up and down business. Now listen, we'll be performing this as a tricep. So we're going to take either your bicep, tricep, or your abs and focus on that for 3 full sets with very little rest in between each set. So it's a really great way to push through any strength plateaus, add some variety to your workout, and really build the strength of those muscles. Now for equipment, I recommend, an assortment of light and moderate dumbbells. We'll be switching out through the various exercises throughout, and I'll cue you when you should switch out. And then also a piece of light tubing for our warm-up. All right, let's go get started. All right, before we get started, if you'd like to track your fitness with your watch, press start now. For reference, I chose the strength setting on my Apple Watch. All right, grab your piece of light tubing and hands wide for shoulder dislocators. I know it's a scary exercise name, but not a scary exercise. So we want the hands just wide enough so we can keep the arms straight as we circle the band up and over. Closer your hands are together, the more challenging it will be for your mobility. Waking up the shoulder joint here because we're going to hit the shoulder muscles in our first tricep. So as mentioned, we have 3 sets of everything and then a minute break before we go into a new muscle group. One more. Beautiful. Warm up the triceps for me and place the band on same side shoulder and then just give me a kick back. So we're extending. Now don't make this too hard. This is a warm up, so I want you just to feel the muscle working a bit, but we're not going to burn out, fatigue, failure, any of that fun stuff. 4 more here. 3, 2, 1. Now I want you to stand on the band, and if your band isn't long enough, just grab a light dumbbell for this and now bicep curl. So once again, not burning out the muscle, we're simply just waking it up, getting it warm and ready, as well as getting the elbow joint ready. So each exercise is 30 seconds in length, 10-second recovery, and then we hit the muscle again. 3 exercises per grouping, 3 sets. 2 more. Last one. Beautiful. All right, let's do the other set, or the other side, pardon me. So you're going to anchor and just extend. So my elbow's back a bit, moving through the elbow, not necessarily through the shoulder here, and again feeling the back of the upper arm. So just a heads up, a lot of coffee this morning because I didn't sleep well last night. Did not sleep well at all. I'm sure you can relate. So, I'm not sure how the English is going to go today. So let's just say English is my second language for today. Last 2. Last one. All right, let's grab on or let's step on it. Or again, if your band isn't long enough, grab a light dumbbell and curl. Elbow under shoulder. Now you'll see I have my dumbbells at the end of the mat. I want yours really close to you as well. So I'll give you ample opportunity to move them if you need to, because as mentioned, we only have a 10-second break in between the exercises, and I'm going to encourage you to switch out on certain ones. There are some movements that are going to take heavier and others we need a little lighter. Last 4, 3, 2, 1. Final one. I want you to bring the band in front and pull it towards the chest, squeezing the shoulder blades. Good. Now allow the elbows to work as well as the shoulders. Beautiful. So here's the back view. I'm squeezing the shoulder blades, coming back, warming up fully into that shoulder. Let's go for 3, 2, and 1. Beautiful. Grab a sip of water, move those dumbbells. You've got 13 seconds now. Cheers. And then we need enough weight to do a shoulder press. So grab probably the heavier of your moderates. Feet hip width apart and press up. So I love dumbbells for the shoulder press because we can change the angle of our hand and that quite often will make this exercise feel better for the shoulders. When we're done this, we'll drop down in weight for L raises. Keep your core strong, like somebody's coming to sucker punch you and you're bracing for that impact, tightening up the transverse abdominis. All right, using your legs, let's pick up a little lighter pair. Keep yourself squared to me. One hand in front, one hand to the side. Lift up, and now we alternate. Lift up. Beautiful. So don't twist the spine. Don't get into that motion. This is a shoulder exercise, but we've also got that core fired up because you're having to stop that rotation. For most of these movements, you're looking between 8 to 12 repetitions. A couple more here, and then we're going to grab the lightest pair of dumbbells we have. Last one. Beautiful. Again, use the legs, please. This is going to use your legs a little bit. My apologies. Feet hip width apart. Squat down. Bring your arms out, palms down. Now, as you come to stand, bring your hands out. Be strong. Elbows slightly bent. Yeah, this is why we want the light dumbbells. I may actually go just body weight only by the time we hit the last set of this. Now don't round the upper back. Notice neutral spine. One more. Woo! All right. Back to shoulder press if you can. Let's see if we can grab the heavier of the moderates that we own here. Hands up, abs braced. Breathe out, press up. Now with this exercise too, this one in particular, we are also getting your triceps. Breathe out as we press. Abs brace. Really important we fire up that transverse abdominis, your TVA, to help support your spine as we press up. Woo! Getting warm now in the shoulders. How about you? Let's drop down now. Just one more set. Try the L raise. Again, stopping the body from rotating as we lift one in front to shoulder height and one to side shoulder height. We don't have to go any higher than shoulder height. It's not going to train our shoulders harder, and it actually could set us up for impingement in the shoulder. So it's not worth the risk, right? Right. One more. All right, those fun iron crosses. Now I'm going to go back to my side because I really want to emphasize we're not rounding the back. We are keeping the shoulders strong. Feet shoulder width. Start down low. Shoulders pull back and down. Come to stand. Lift. Oh my goodness me. Yeah, I got to go shoulder height. I got to go body weight only. This one. I don't do this one often in my own program. I think that's smart of me. All right, now if I had 3-pound dumbbells, I would have dropped down more before I went to body weight only. So if you have that option, please go for it. Last round, abs brace, shoulder press. Remember, when you drop down in weight, or like I just did, body weight only, that doesn't mean we're wimping out. It just means that we want to finish successfully without hurting ourselves. No ego here, okay? We're going to check our egos at the door whenever we come and work out. Time. All right, L raises. All right. You know what? I'm going down in weight. I'm checking my ego again. Here we go. Lift up. Now, luckily, this is our last round. The shoulders will get a break. We get a minute break in total before we go in, pound our biceps next. Last one. Excellent. All right, so I am going to aim for at least half this set with the dumbbells before I drop down. Sink down, arms up, root to stand, shoulder blades kind of draw together. Neutral spine. Look straight ahead. One more. Oh, woo, baby. All right, grab some water. Whew. Cheers. I can't lift my arms up anymore. This is the beginning of the workout. We're in for a good time. All right, we're going to hit those biceps now. So these guys are going to be strong. So I want you to keep those 2 moderate sets that you have. We're going to start with an iso hold and then move on from there. Whew. So you still got another 30 seconds. Do what you got to do. Just don't leave. You're like, okay, I'm going to do what I got to do. Stop. No. Stay with me, okay? All right. I want you to grab let's start with the heavy of your moderates. Now, I want you to take this hand and bring it up like so. And we're going to keep that there at a 90-degree bend. That's your iso hold. Now, the other arm, perform a bicep curl as normal. Breathing out as we curl up. Abs are braced and not swinging. Good. Keep going. For some reason, my timer went off. Don't know why. Like on my watch. Never mind. Time. Okay, so what do you think you're doing next? Exactly the other side. So now it's the other arm. So just mirror me. 90-degree bend. Slight curl of the wrist. We're not breaking the wrist. So here's the side view of my iso hold. Okay. Again, this one arm that's doing the actual exercise, we're looking between 8 to 12 reps in the 30-second. When we're done, we're going to move both arms at the same time for the final move. Time. Woo! We'll keep the palms facing each other and do a hammer curl because it's hammer time. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. And curl. And release. Once again, not swinging. We're very deliberate with the movement, feeling the muscle, controlling it on the way up, and then controlling the down part too. Or the eccentric part of the movement, the muscle lengthening part. Now this is our last move. We're going to take it back to the top. Iso hold curl. One more here. All right, so mirror me. This arm here, now at 90, slight curl into the wrist and bicep curl the other arm. So it's probably the arm you're holding in this 90-degree position that is trembling and burning before this working arm. That's the whole goal of this exercise. Please keep that wrist slightly curled in. We don't want it to break backwards. Not nice on the wrist joint. Doesn't feel good either. One more. Woo! All right, we are going to have some pumped looking guns after this. Other side. Here we go. Curl the wrists in and curl. Yep, there we go. Just kicked in for me. The struggle is real right now. Woo. All right, let's see if we can keep these dumbbells for hammer time, okay? Palms facing each other, Nice tall spine. Keep that posture. Curl up, slowly lower. You know what I don't think they teach enough in school, and they need to, especially if you're trying to prepare your teenager for your 50s, 60s, and beyond, is how to operate with no sleep, right? Yeah, that would be a life lesson. I would love to see that. One more. Woo! Whew. Okay, I'm dropping down now for the final set. You know, I've never sewed anything. Thank you to my sewing teacher in high school. Here we go, mirror me. But I have had to operate many, 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 many days with very little sleep. So they need to give teenagers strategies on how to cope with that, how to manage it. Maybe they do. I don't have children. So I have no idea what's being taught in school. Woo! All right. We got the other arm, yeah? You bet. My nose is itchy. Curl. I've said that before and asked you guys what that meant, and apparently it means I'm going to kiss a fool. And I have been for over 30 years. Same fool. All right, so on the final set of hammer curls, I'm going to try to go up my weight back to my 10s and see if I can do it with my 10s. Because when it's the last exercise, you know, we can kind of dig a bit deeper, can't we? So give it a try. Here we go. Hammer time right here. Not swinging. Great job, you. Oh yeah. Let's go for one more. Woo! Yeah. Look at that pump. Come on, give a flex. Take a look. Take a look. That's pump. Woo-hoo-hoo. We earned that. Grab a sip of water. We're going to now move to the back of the arm, your triceps, and pick on that muscle for 3 sets. So I recommend we also grab the light dumbbells. We may need to drop down for that one. Now I've kind of got the same thing set up for us where we've got 2 exercises that are iso hold. So it's going to be which way is better to show you, like a kickback. You're going to hold one arm out here while the other one does the action. There's my 180 exercise view. All right, we'll do both of them. And then we can grab the heavier, or I'm just going to double up these dumbbells and do a behind the head. So let's start. Give me hip hinge, straighten the right arm, and left arm kicks. We're just going to keep that right arm straight. We are leaning forward because we need gravity to come down on the back of the upper arm to effectively hit the tricep head. So if the elbow's down, we actually aren't going to get a lot of tricep involved. Elbow up, line of gravity coming down on the back of the arm, and boom, there we go. Good training technique, proper muscle fired up. One more. All right, so other side. We keep the other one, the left arm up. Oh my goodness me. Lean forward, kick back. So what I might do next set is for my iso hold, keep the 5, and for my kickbacks, go heavier. So I think I can do heavier for my kickbacks. Woo! All right, now we want behind the head tricep. Now actually this moves pretty strong for me. So I'm going to double up my 10s. So I've got 20 pounds total, arms are up, and now drop down behind the head, straighten. So you can go a single dumbbell as well, or double up any of the combos that you have that are going to hit your muscle effectively, and that we can do, a completed set. We can always drop down next round. There's no shame in that, as I've been doing this whole workout. We just want to see if we can keep it for that set. All right, so I'm going to right arm 5 pounds, left arm 8 pounds. Ready? It's my left arm, or our left arm, that's kicking back. And no, we will not build uneven strength. So we are going to use that same heavier weight for the next arm kickback. Last one. Woo! Now, if you went like I did, one arm heavier, one arm lighter, switch. Hip hinge, left arm straight now, hold it, right arm kicks back. One more. Woo! All right, whatever combo dumbbells you need to get those triceps for behind the head. Abs braced, arms up, let's go. As you can see, I like a staggered stance with this. That's just a personal preference. I find that it helps me support my low back. You can by all means go feet hip width. You can also do this seated as well. Whew, this is the last set I do with 20 pounds though. Woo, baby. All right, this is our last round. I'm going to do the same thing again. My right arm's going to hold the 5. My left arm's going to kick back with the heavier. Go. My iso hold arm is slowly lowering. Come on, baby, get up there. Oh, it's getting harder to hold up. Time. Oh. All right, if you did what I did, let's switch so that that heavier weight is now in the kickback arm. Hip hinge, left straight, right works. Whoop, and there she goes. Left arm's falling. I have no control. Are you the same way? Come on, up, up, one more. Woo! All right, grab whatever combo of dumbbells you need. I'm going to try actually 15s. Okay, here we go. Last one, behind the head, staggered stance if that feels good for you. Breathe out as we press up. The weights are being evenly, or the weight is being evenly distributed between my both hands there. So both triceps are working just as hard. To get those dumbbells right behind the neck if we can, really bending the elbow to work the tricep through the full range. Ooh, let's do one more. Oh, nicely done you. All right, we are going to only need one of your heavier moderates for the standing ab routine. Now, 2 of the exercises are absolutely no problem whatsoever for my osteoporosis crew. The third one, I'm going to cue you to not do the side bend that we're doing. And again, the reason being is osteoporosis is at a greater risk of fracturing your vertebrae with any type of lateral flexion and forward flexion, twisting. So we try to not do those, especially with load. Okay. Whew. Grab your dumbbell, and I'd love for you just to mirror me. Dumbbell in this hand, and we're going to lift this knee up and find our balance. Now, bend this arm and just pass the dumbbell to that hand and back. So this is an anti-rotation exercise, a balance exercise, and very real to real life. We quite often are stepping forward, so we're single leg balance, passing things to the other arm. There's not a lot of great ab workouts, like specific ab crunch moves, standing. So I wanted to give you instead, then let's give you something functional. All right, let's do the other side. So whatever side is the dumbbell with the hand down, that's the knee that drives up. We soften the working leg, find our balance, and then simply pass the dumbbell. I'm going to flex this foot here on that bent, lifted leg. And again, it's not going to be a burn like we were just feeling with our triceps. It's very different when we're working balance and functional core strength. But we are hitting it, I promise. I would never feed you a BS exercise. Woo! All right. Now we're going to take those feet wide. My apologies, we're hitting legs again. Track those knees with the second toe and hold ourselves in a static wide squat. Stay here for my osteoporosis crew. Everyone else, hands up. Try to touch behind the calf. If you can get all the way down to your runner, awesome. Think rib to hip as we do this side crunch and we hold this squat. Last move of the ab series. We're almost done actually. This is our last circuit. Now, it was a little grueling. However, I think that it went pretty fast. Yeah, it just seems like I blinked and we were doing the shoulders. All right, mirror me, please. Dumbbell this hand, this knee up. Soften this leg and pass. Good. So weight transference. Great, really feeling that grounded leg, maybe even into the foot. That's all good stuff. Focus your stare on something stationary. If you find you're really challenged with your balance on this guy, you see I'm wobbling a lot, I'm challenged too. Well, today I'm just challenged for anything, but what am I doing here? To this side? We just did that side. Switch and go. See what I mean? How to see the slow mental breakdown of a postmenopausal woman in real time. Right here. Actually, we are kind of getting a little another bicep curl in, aren't we? Woohoo, that was sneaky of me. So sneaky, I didn't even know I was doing it. All right, let's get those feet wide. Toes are going to turn out because when we sink down that squat, we want the knees tracking with the second toe. My osteo crew, stay here. Don't worry, you're still working your muscles. Everyone else, rib to hip, reach behind, maybe touching the back of the calf, or if we can, top of your runner there. If you can hit the ground, wow, good job. Keep going. Bum is sinking down. Knees are tracking with that second toe. They're forward slightly, but they're not right past the toe box, and heels stay on your ground. Root to stand. All right, one more round. Here we go. This knee up. This knee soft. Actually, I'm finally starting to wake up now. I feel like I should do the workout again. Nah. I think the bloopers and the goofiness you appreciate. You can relate. Woo! All right, there is no polished PJ. She's just a hot mess. Here we go. Up. That's real life, isn't it? Yeah. It's your last round. Woo! All right, we can put that dumbbell away. Moving into our final exercise, feet wide, toes are going to turn out a bit. Sink down, chest lifted. Stay here for my osteo crew. And then rib to hip for everyone else. Reaching for that ankle. Thinking rib to hip here. Elbows are pulled back. We don't want to see them too much in our peripheral vision. One more each side. Last one. Woo! All right. How about a quad burn for an upper body workout? Let's grab a quick sip of water. We'll do some stretches and then you can continue on with your day. Cheers. All right, so I think you'll agree with me, Triset training is tough, right? Yeah, but it's a nice way to give some variety to a workout program, as well as to help break through any plateaus. So take this hand, bring it behind the head or neck, giving it some assistance with the other side, and then just a slight lean away, filling that into the tricep, as well as into the armpit area. Release, take the other side, same idea, slight lean away. Release, thumbs pointed down, just bring the arms behind. Just getting a little bit into the bicep. It's nothing really, you're not going to go like, oh, wow, that's just shook my world stretch. It's just, again, we're just lengthening the tricep. It's hard to do it without being on the ground. Interlace the hands. Now pull the shoulders back and down and do our best to pull the arms away from the chest while we lift the heart up to the ceiling. This one might rock your world. I like this stretch. It's hard to do if you have tight shoulders, so you could also grab onto, keep holding your tubing, right? And do the same motion. There's always workarounds, crew. Don't think that you have to follow exactly what we're doing up here. You're built differently than me. I'm built differently than everybody else, so we need to find what's going to work best for you. So that's a matter of you playing around with it at home. Beautiful. Shake it out. We did it. Hey, thank you so much for joining me. You are truly incredible. Working out at home, getting the job done, and I am so damn proud of you and proud that you're part of this community. Have a wonderful rest of your day, and we will see you next workout. Bye. Listen, we're going to perform each exercise as a triset. So we'll take the bicep, for example, and do 3 sets. Right one after another, right one after another. Coming in hot. Jeez Louise. Listen, we're going to be using a training principle called Triset training. That was easy for me to say. Triset training. Let's do it again. Hey there, good looking. Join me for what is going to be a spicy yet very comprehensive strength workout. I have a frog in my throat. I need to go get him out. Whoop. I'm not used to them being there. That's my excuse.